We all know the person who greets every disaster with a calm, "I'm fine," burying their stress to maintain an appearance of total control. Modern society actively praises this. We treat emotional suppression as a badge of honor, a sign of stability in a chaotic world. Eventually, the weight becomes unsustainable. Psychologists call this a collapse of silence, a breakdown triggered by the accumulated pressure of the past rather than a single new crisis. Warning signs appear early, starting with a bone-deep, unexplained exhaustion that persists regardless of how much sleep you get. Then come the panic attacks, sudden, unprovoked surges of adrenaline during ordinary moments, like driving a car or sitting at a desk. In the final stages, the ability to cry vanishes, replaced by a total emotional numbing that feels like being frozen from the inside out. Trauma denied by the mind finds a home in the body, manifesting as chronic tension in the muscles and the nervous system. Burying pain serves as a psychological delay tactic, making an eventual and much more explosive collapse inevitable. Swallowing an emotion triggers an immediate flooding of stress hormones as your nervous system prepares for an internal threat. Gross and Levenson's research shows hiding a feeling causes an immediate, sharp spike in heart rate. Simultaneously, blood pressure climbs. Your cardiovascular system works overtime to contain this reaction. Locking in this state long-term traps your nervous system in emergency mode, eventually compromising your immune system. Clinicians call this masked depression. On the surface, a person remains highly functional while their internal systems slowly degrade. This often escalates into complex PTSD, where the body enters a permanent freeze response, unable to properly regulate even small amounts of stress. Google Trends reveals the scale of this silence. People search for physical solutions to stomach pain or insomnia far more often than they look for the mental health triggers causing them. The body literally converts unspoken trauma into physical illness because that biological energy has no other avenue of escape. If suppression acts as a biological poison, we need to identify the mechanism that acts as the antidote. In the 1970s, Emmy Werner began a landmark study in Kauai, tracking children born into severe poverty and systemic hardship. Surprisingly, a full third of these at-risk children thrived, avoiding the self-destructive patterns seen in their peers. These children relied on specific, learned coping behaviors to navigate their trauma in a healthy way. Resilience is an acquired skill for processing adversity, accessible to anyone through practice and awareness. Clinical resilience describes the active, continuous process of moving through negative emotion. Building this starts with self-awareness, learning to recognize physical stress cues, like a tight jaw or a racing pulse, before they lead to a collapse. Next comes active regulation, shifting out of the freeze response, using coping skills like breathing exercises and cognitive reframing. Social resilience adds the final layer, using communicative relationships to distribute the emotional load rather than isolating yourself. Modern strength relies on messy, vocal adaptation, admitting when things are difficult and actively seeking the tools to adjust. The choice is simple: give your emotional pain a voice, or wait for your physical body to scream it for you.